30 seconds. Ten seconds. Athletes to your starting mats, please. Stand by.
Ladies and gentlemen of Del Mar, your individual competition kicking off today, day 2 here at the West Regional. We've got the men taking the floor first, beginning to tackle event number 3, presented by Trifecta. These gentlemen are going to be completing 3 rounds, 9 muscle-ups, going up and over that handstand obstacle, working through 36 single-leg squats, then heading back over the handstand obstacle, back to the rings.
Looks like Eric Evans making his way over. Tanner Strum going up first. Followed right behind is Hunter Britt.
Hunter Britt in lane 1 in the army green t-shirt and gray shorts. Not wasting any time, he is up and over the first one with ease.
Hunter Britt wasting no time as he gets across that red line. Hunter Britt right into those single leg squats. And he's getting no reps. 4 no reps in the bank as Hunter Britt now tries to regain the lead as Chris Detmering and Hunter Britt going head to head. Meanwhile, Eric Money Evans going right to work.
Eric Evans here to play. He's banging away at those 36 single leg squats, trying to catch up with Chris Detmering in lane 4 and Hunter Britt in lane 1. Hunter Britt the first up and over the obstacles, but he's getting some no reps on these single leg squats, Josh.
He is first over to his second set of 18 as Eric Money Evans advances. Again, when you see these athletes complete their single leg squats, they will handstand walk their way back to the rig. So they will walk up those set of stairs, down the ramp, and then back up the ramp and down the stairs, those obstacle stairs, as Hunter Britt and Eric Evans go back and forth with the rest of the pack trying to catch up.
Hunter Britt holding on to that lead. He was the first up and over the handstand obstacle, and he's going to be the first to head back. He wastes no time kicking up to those hands.
Chris Detmering out of NorCal getting ready to go right to work as he stops. He gets no rep because his hands did not start behind the red line. Athletes must start with their hands behind that red line. As Eric Evans makes his way down the ramp, Chris Detmering still moving. Hunter Britt got to go back as Detmering down the steps, across that red line, and Chris Detmering getting ready to start those muscle-ups in that round of 9. 9 muscle-ups for Chris Detmering as he gets up and over those set of rings, locking out. He's got 2 in the bank.
It's Chris Detmering in the white t-shirt in lane 4 leading the pack. Just behind him, Hunter Britt in lane 1 in the army green. Now here to play, Marlon Azurdia. Eric Evans still in the mix. These gentlemen showing us some high-level competency, walking on their hands, Josh.
Here we go, ladies and gentlemen. Our athletes working hard as Hunter going to take a quick break, try to go for that muscle up. But it is Chris Detmering.
Chris Detmering from NorCal CrossFit. Done with his second set of 9 muscle-ups, taking a short rest, shaking out those shoulders before he kicks up upside down. And Josh, here he goes up and over that first obstacle. And Josh, Chris Detmering in lane 4, holding on to that lead, going unbroken, beginning his second round up and over those handstand obstacles. Not slowing down, he gets a no rep on his first single leg squat. Looking good from here on out. These reps of the single leg squats increasing each round. Started off with 36. Chris Detmering now on his set of 45. He will be advancing every 15 reps as he chips away.
Detmering now working on that first set of 15 as Eric Money Evans shaking it out. So is Marlon Azurdia. Hunter Britt with a quick break. Evans trying to make his way up that ramp. Same goes for Azurdia, but all eyes on Detmering over in his lane as he advances into that second set of 15. Here comes Marlon. Marlon and Eric. Eric and Marlon going back and forth as they get all the way down. Remember, on those single leg squats, that hip crease has got to be below the knee and they must stand up.
Looks like it is still one. Chris Detmering in lane 4 in the middle of your floor. In lane 7 just behind him, Marlon Azurdia and Eric Evans going just about rep for rep. Looks like Eric Evans is just ahead. Oh, Azurdia coming up. These guys advancing through their 45 single leg squats.
A time cap of 13 minutes as Detmering working on his set of 15. His final set of 15 in this round. He will make his way back over to the rig as Chris Detmering showing heat number 1 that he's no jabroni. He is the man in the lead.
Chris Detmering heading back to finish out his second round of this 3-round event, excuse me.
Detmering making his way up the stairs, called back for not starting with his hand behind the red line. There goes Detmering as he is a force to be reckoned with as he makes his way down the ramp and across that yellow line. He is continuing on his journey as Detmering up the ramp, down the steps, and now Chris Detmering making his way back over to the rings for the third and final time. Meanwhile, right behind him, Marlon Azurdia and Eric Evans. Eric has one more single leg squat alongside Hunter Britt, and there goes Evans. Evans and Britt tied for third as Azurdia in second, but can anybody stop Detmering, who's laying the smackdown here on individual event 3 presented by Trifecta.
Chris Detmering is in the middle of your floor, and he is our leader here in this first heat of our individual event 3. The men kicking off their day of competition. We got a nice rollout from Nathan Pontius in lane 2. Rolling out of that handstand obstacle. Rafael Duran trying to save the handstand, needing to kick back and reset at that yellow line. But here comes Chris Detmering holding on to that first place position.
Detmering crossing that yellow line, continuing on his journey up those obstacle ramps and down the steps. Detmering, my man, heading over to his last and final set in a very quick time as we approach the 8-minute marker. Remember, 13-minute cap. 13-minute cap for our individual athletes.
Detmering chipping away at his third and final set of single leg squats. Detmering has 54 to complete before clenching this heat. He will be advancing every 9 reps. 6 sets of 9 for 54 total single leg squats.
There goes Detmering into that third round of 9. Detmering in the lead as Evans and Azurdia try to finish up those muscle ups, but man, Chris Detmering.
He is not slowing down, Josh. Chris Detmering here to show us what he's made of.
Delmar, make some noise for Chris Detmering. Look at him go. Setting the standard here. These athletes doing their best to try to catch up, but man, he is just running away with it as we hit the 9-minute marker.
Josh, Chris Detmering is less than 18 reps away between himself and that finish line. Chris Detmering taking event 3 here by storm. 9 more reps for Detmering, Josh.
About to see Chris Detmering over there across that finish line as he is on his last and final set, trying to maintain that balance. Del Mar, let's get ready to put our hands together and make some noise as Chris Detmering gets across that finish line with a fantastic time. 9:40.
Chris Detmering across that finish line well under our 13-minute time cap. Next athlete behind him is Hunter Britt in lane 1. Britt now onto his last 54 single leg squats. The judges looking for his hip crease to be well below the top of his knee and full lockout at the top, all the while never letting that heel touch the ground, Josh.
Hunter Britt doing a great job as he makes his way into that next round. Hunter making up all kinds of time. Tyler Wilcox getting some love from his family and friends.
Hunter Britt chipping away at his 54 single leg squats. As we are 10.5 minutes into this heat.
Here comes Eric Evans as he makes his way over.
Evans wasted no time to start on those single leg squats.
Hunter trying to finish up as we have now 2 minutes. 2 minutes remaining, athletes.
2 minutes on the clock and last 18 reps left for Hunter Britt in lane 1. Less than 18 reps between Hunter Britt and that finish line, Del Mar. Let's hear it for these guys kicking off day 2. 9 reps for Britt.
Britt trying to finish up and under the cap as we get about 90 seconds remaining.
Eric Evans staying ahead of Marlon Azardia. Britt chipping away. And it's Hunter Britt across that line.
Evans approaching that finish line as we got about 1 minute remaining. 1 minute.
Last minute, and look at these guys go rep for rep, head to head. It's Azardia pulling ahead, just a step ahead of Eric Evans.
Evans getting no rep. He's gonna go back to the same leg he got the no rep on. So it's gonna be a race to the finish between Azardia and Evans with about 45 seconds left. Judges hand in the air. Azardia gets by first.
And Evans just behind. The rest of the guys on the floor have just over 30 seconds left on the clock, Josh.
Let's go, ladies and gentlemen. Let's cheer on these athletes as we have less than 30.
These guys are working hard. They're showing us what they're made of, Del Mar. Let's get these guys as far as they can in the next 10 seconds on the clock. We'll count them down in 3, 2, 1, time.
Athletes, you have 1 minute. "30 seconds, athletes, to your starting mats, please." "10 seconds. Stand by.
They are off, ladies and gentlemen. the guys from Heat 2 taking on Event 3 here in Del Mar, California at the West Regional.
Gotta look out for this one in this heat. Cody Anderson, this event in his wheelhouse as he is finishing up these sets of muscle-ups. Neil Maddox looking strong in his lane. Johnny Medina looking pretty solid there in lane number 1.
My eyes on lane number 9, Cody Anderson off the rings at the same moment as Mark Pfeiffer in lane 7. They both kick up immediately into that handstand obstacle, but look at the speed being executed by Cody Anderson in lane 9. Dark gray t-shirt and blue shorts.
Cody Anderson looking to make some moves on that leaderboard as he is double time in these one-legged squats. Same goes for Johnny Medina. Cody Anderson representing the West region. Johnny Medina representing the NorCal region. And here we go, ladies and gentlemen. We got ourselves quite a race. Very close between these two athletes as Cody Anderson advancing up ahead of Medina. So Cody Anderson over here in lane number 9. You can't miss him. Blue shorts, mustache and all, chasing down and trying to hold on to that lead as Medina over there in black. Lane number 1.
Cody Anderson just ahead of Johnny Medina. Anderson on his last single leg squats, and there goes Anderson back to the handstand obstacle.
And Anderson having no trouble getting up those stairs and down the ramp. Cody Anderson making his way up. There comes Medina. Medina chasing down Anderson, but Anderson is in the zone. Anderson making his way back to the rings where he is the most comfortable. We've seen in regional events past and even in the games that Cody Anderson and the rings are one and the same. As Anderson flying through the air with ease as he gets through his set of 9 muscle-ups here in the second round.
All eyes on Cody Anderson in lane 9 and Johnny Medina in lane 1. These gentlemen taking over heat number 2 of event number 3 at the West Regional. Ladies and gentlemen, Cody Anderson is off his second set of 9 muscle-ups.
Same goes for Medina. Cody being called back as he is going to give it another shot. Medina hasn't attempted yet. There goes Anderson up the steps. He's going to go back to the starting line again. Now Johnny Medina looking to make the move. Johnny Medina going to go back. Here comes Anderson back up the steps, holding on, maintaining composure. Medina approaching that yellow line, and he's going to take a quick break. Same goes for Medina. Medina down the ramp, holding on strong as he crosses that yellow line.
Medina with a reset at the halfway mark. Cody Anderson just ahead of him, making his way down the second obstacle, and he's across that red line, Josh. Anderson wastes no time advancing onto his single leg squats. 45 for Anderson now. He will be advancing every 15 reps. He holds on to that lead. Let's say about 10 reps ahead of Medina. Johnny Medina in the all black in lane 1, looking to catch up with Cody Anderson in lane 9.
Anderson trying to hold on to that lead as he moves into his second set of 15.
Malachi Bennett now taking a command on that third place position. Malachi Bennett in the middle of your floor in all black. He is looking to catch up to Johnny Medina, who is in second place.
Anderson into his third and final round of his 15 single leg squats. He will then make his way back over to the ring for the final time as Anderson trying to hold on to that lead. Anderson advancing into that last and final round. Ladies and gentlemen, put your hands together as Cody Anderson making his way back to the ring.
Josh, we are not even 5 minutes into this event, and Cody Anderson is heading back to begin his third and final round.
Again, if any event was in someone's wheelhouse, this event is in Cody Anderson's. But Johnny Medina hot on his heels. Anderson gonna give it another shot after a little misstep. There goes Cody Anderson, halfway through. Medina making his way up the steps, not able to hold on. Cody Anderson climbing up the ramp, that obstacle ramp, and down those obstacle stairs, and Cody Anderson making his way to the rings. 9 muscle-ups for Cody Anderson, a handstand walk up and down those obstacles, and 54 single leg squats separates Anderson from a victory. As Anderson getting up and over the rings, Johnny Medina chasing him down. Anderson looking unstoppable as he has less than 5 reps to go.
We're just over the 6-minute mark, just at that 6-minute mark, and Cody Anderson is not slowing down. Cody Anderson looking to finish his last 9 muscle-ups. Will he go unbroken, Josh?
Yes, he will, as Anderson getting ready to walk on his hands for the final time. He's got to go up those stairs, down the ramp, up the ramp and down the stairs as he makes his way over to his first set of obstacles. Anderson trying to hold on, gonna have to give it another shot. Meanwhile, Johnny Medina finishing up his muscle-ups. Johnny Medina with 1 more muscle-up to go, shows lockout, and now Medina is tied with Anderson. Anderson strikes first as he gets to the top of those obstacles. He makes his way down the ramp.
And ladies and gentlemen of Del Mar, Cody Anderson is gonna go for it. A nice save keeps him on his hands. And ladies and gentlemen, what a show from Mr. Cody Anderson.
Anderson now has separated himself and on pace to finish this event first as we pass the 7-minute marker. There is still plenty of time left on that clock, but as of right now, Cody Anderson is not gonna need that time cap. The question is, how fast can he finish? Johnny Medina in second, but Cody Anderson looking for not only a heat victory, but an event win. This time is going to be tough to beat for heats 3 and 4.
Look at that step and squat, Josh. Cody Anderson wasting no time advancing through these sets of 9. Cody Anderson with 18 reps to go between himself and the finish line. We are still under 8 minutes. Johnny Medina trying to catch up to Anderson, but Anderson is not slowing down. Anderson with 9 reps to go.
Anderson looking to finish up here, ladies and gentlemen. Anderson with his final reps. And ladies and gentlemen, make some noise for Cody Anderson. Top time of 8:15.
Johnny Medina with his last 18 reps. He looks over his shoulder to make sure he has some space between himself and Malachi Bennett in lane 6. Johnny Medina holding on to that 2nd place spot, looking to finish up his last 9 reps. Malachi Bennett on his heels, but Johnny Medina holding on to that 2nd place spot of heat 2. Johnny Medina. Last 9 reps for Malachi Bennett. Less than 9 reps to go for Bennett, 5 reps for Bennett. We are just over the 9-minute mark of this 13-minute time cap. It's a no rep for Bennett. He has last rep. It's good, count it, Malachi Bennett Del Mar. Next up on the floor, Mark Pfeiffer in the gray t-shirt. Pfeiffer with his last 3 sets of 9 single leg squats. Less than 27 reps left for Pfeiffer. Pfeiffer looking to finish this grueling, tricky event here on day 2 of the West region. Mark Pfeiffer with his last 18 reps.
Pfeiffer looking to finish as we have less than 3 minutes remaining, athletes. Less than 3 minutes.
Pfeiffer taking an angle on that box to make sure he stays in the correct area. Pfeiffer has less than 5 reps left on his day. Here in event 2, 3, and it's Pfeiffer.
We got 2 minutes and 30 seconds as our athletes go to work.
Heading up and over that handstand obstacle in the middle of your floor is John Paul Heathcock. He has 2 steps remaining. But it is a no rep. Heathcock having to reset at that mid-yellow line.
Heathcock looking to go back to the beginning, which allows Kyle Kleinschmidt and Tanner Stahl to try to pass him as we have 2 minutes remaining, athletes. 2 minutes.
2 minutes left on that clock. And Kleinschmidt needing to reset as well. These guys on their last portion of this handstand obstacle. One of the most technical handstand requirements we have set here at the CrossFit Games regional competition. Tanner Stahl in the black t-shirt. Stahl advancing to his last 54 single leg squats.
And here we go, ladies and gentlemen. Stahl trying to finish up, and Stahl advancing. Stahl advancing, but right out of the gate, John Paul Heathcock. Heathcock trying to catch up to Tanner Stahl. Tanner Stahl moving quickly through his second set of 9 onto his third. John Paul Heathcock now having a little bit of company.
Del Mar, these guys have less than 1 minute to work.
Katrikala and Kleinschmidt in the mix as well, but it is Tanner with a commanding lead.
Tanner Stahl leading the pack, finishing out his last 54 single leg squats. Last rep of his third to last box. Tanner Stahl has less than 18 reps to go. Ladies and gentlemen of Del Mar, let's hear it for these guys out on the floor.
Got about 15 seconds remaining as Tanner looking to finish up these final set of single leg squats. Judge's hand in the air. Believe he's got 1 more to go.
3, 2, 1, time.
And I believe he got in there right at the buzzer. Big round of applause.
Well, hello everyone and welcome to Del Mar Arena here in Del Mar, California, the site of the 2018 Reebok CrossFit Games West Regional. I'm Ted Ramey alongside Bill Grunler as we get set for the men's individual competition, event number 3 here. And as we go into this, Bill, let's take a look at these standings where there were a few surprises after day number 1.
Well, you have to look at the top of the leaderboard first. We got John Gibson sitting up at the top. You want to say, I don't know who this guy is, but he does have regional experience. This is his 6th regional competition, so he has experience. He just hasn't necessarily set up the top of the leaderboard like this. But he's tied for with Garrett Fisher in that top position, point-wise anyway. And then Josh Bridges sitting comfortably in that 3rd place. But the other big surprise, Brent Fikowski sitting out of the top 5. It's time for him to make a move if he wants to do that today.
Now let's talk about what we're going to see here with event number 3. What are we looking at, Bill?
This is our gymnastic event of the entire weekend. You see that obstacle right in the middle, and that's basically the crux of it. We got 3 rounds of muscle ups, which all these guys can do now. The handstand walk and then single leg squats with those pistols. You see that increase in number, the 36, 45, 54. But it's about that handstand walk. You have to get down and back all the way up and over. If you fall anywhere on that, and then you're gonna have to come back and try it all over again.
And we are underway here. Heat number 3, event number 3 for the men's competition here at the West Regional.
In this first set of 9 muscle ups, I think for the most part, many of the athletes are gonna go ahead and go all the way through. And some of the athletes that you really have to look at that are going to go all the way through are going to be Dane McLaughlin right there in the middle, lane number 5, but also Christian Lucero, and then Joe Scally as well. Now, Christian Lucero, the last time we've seen any kind of a muscle-up workout or a dip type of workout or a gymnastic type of workout, he has done very, very well.
It's Patzer in lane 10 we're getting a look at right now. He is the early leader here in heat number 3 of event number 3. And confident over the obstacles now, he's on to the pistols.
Now Jeff Patzer, smaller athlete, I think this is going to play well to his strengths. He doesn't have a lot of distance to move on those pistols. But again, here's Christian Lucero. Now here's the thing with Christian. We have done the regional version of Nate before, and he won that event back in 2016, gymnastic type movement. Last year with the large number of dips and the dumbbell snatches, he won that event as well. Actually set an event record in there. So if he is handed a gymnastic type event, I expect him to do very well here. This is a good movement for him. He's a very calm, experienced athlete. So I want to see what he can do, because last year he had to pull out at the very end in that last day with a pec injury. So we never got to see him really finish, and there was a big battle between him and Josh Bridges the entire weekend. So hopefully he can have a good finish here and then have a good rest of the weekend.
For more on Lucero, let's go to our Kiki Dixon down on the floor.
Guys, when I was talking with Christian Lucero, he said that he just couldn't get into a rhythm yesterday on that air runner. It was a whole other apparatus that he just wasn't able to train with much, given that he didn't have one in his gym. He's a little bit sore today, but nothing crazy, and he didn't seem too concerned about yesterday's performance, and definitely had a positive outlook, stating, event number 1 doesn't define the weekend. This is a 3-day competition, and you can't forget that. It's one event at a time.
We're taking a look at Lucero now. He is 19 seconds behind our leader in lane number 10, and that is Jeff Patzer.
And look at the confidence in Lucero right in the middle of your screen. Went all the way up and over that entire way back. Now this is one of the things of this event. Doing those pistols, you actually get to rest your shoulders. So I think if we see guys doing multiple up and overs, we're going to see that on the way back after they had a chance to relax their shoulders.
And now Lucero in lane number 3 has taken the lead here. Heat 3, event 3 at the West Regional.
You see Christian hammering through all those reps. Now I will say this, if he starts to feel a little bit shaky on those handstand walks, it's okay for him to come down on the muscle ups. I mean, that's a lot of shoulder work that we're doing, a lot of supporting that we're doing, and he's gonna need that for those handstand walks. So instead of falling over and over on the handstand walks, break up your muscle ups. That would be a good move, but he didn't have any issue there with that second set of muscle ups.
Again, Lucero is our leader. He is in lane number 3. In lane number 10, Patzer is in second here in this heat. And in lane number 8, it's Andre Jordan rounding out the top 3. There's Lucero going over the obstacle from right to left on your screen in lane 3. Now, Cody Anderson in the previous heat won the heat with a time of 8:15.74. He's got the 3rd best time in event 3 from all the regionals so far. And Bill, you expected as much.
You know, when you talk about gymnastics, that's where Cody Anderson has really made his mark in the CrossFit world. He looked unbelievable, and when I saw this event announced, he was the first person that came to mind. He looked extremely comfortable. However, that being said, even though he hammered it with that 3rd best time, he fell on the handstand walkover at least 3 or 4 times that I saw. So you can imagine if he didn't have that, how good of a time it would have been. But even with that, still has the 3rd fastest time overall. Beautiful finish, and he just looked so comfortable the entire time. And even with his falls, didn't look frustrated.
Down at the bottom of your screen, that is Patzer in lane 10. He's in 2nd place. And in the white top in lane 3 towards the top of your screen, that is Lucero. He is our leader right now. You see coming out in lane 1, that is Medeiros. He is rounding out the top 3. But right now, it is Lucero in lane 3. He is our leader. He is on to the round of 45 single leg squats.
Now you see the tempo of Patzer down at the bottom of your screen. He's a shorter athlete, a little bit less distance to travel. Lucero is taking this time to rest. You can see him shaking out his arms. It's very smart. This is his break, because immediately after this, it's shoulders, shoulders, shoulders as he goes through the handstand walk down and back and those muscle ups. This is the break time.
Yeah, this is Christian Lucero. He is in the lead here heat number 3, event number 3. Round of 45 single leg squats before he makes his way back through the handstand walk over the obstacles. So Patzer has moved into the lead though in lane number 10. So Patzer moving left to right on the bottom of your screen. He has overtaken Lucero for the lead here in heat 3 of event number 3. Now he faces the dreaded obstacle, or at least that's what I imagine it's been called by many competitors so far this weekend. Patzer has a 17-second lead on Lucero now.
And that's such a gamble. And I don't want to say a negative gamble, but it's a gamble. How good do you feel going into that second one? You can always come down and reset, but if you feel good and you're locked into position, go for it.
This is Patzer. He is leading right now, heat 3, event 3. Has about a 20-second lead on Lucero. This is Lucero, he's in second right now.
You know, as slow as he was going on the pistols, he looks so comfortable going up and over on those handstand walks. It's not any issue at all.
Now Lucero has to get through 9 muscle-ups. Here's Patzer, our leader here in heat 3. Let's take a look at the time to beat that was set in heat 2. Cody Anderson, 8:15.74, which was the 3rd best time in regionals that we've seen. Now the event record, and that belongs to who else but Matt Frazier. Again, a time of 7:34.78 Central Reason, and Matt Frazier just doing Matt Frazier things.
Oh my goodness, Jeff Patzer.
Patzer looking very strong right now.
So comfortable on that up and over the walks, on those handstand walks. But this is where he's really made his mark. Now I think the guys that have the handstand walks, they have it, but look at the tempo of those pistols. Now, one thing they're looking for, you can see the judge coming all the way around, is even though he's fast, he's got to open up and stand up all the way with those hips.
Right now, Patzer has a 41-second lead over Lucero, who is in second. He is right now getting through his final round of 54 single leg squats.
You see Jeff, he's wearing his lifters. It lifts up that heel just a little bit, puts his hips in a better position. Just trying to make sure that hip opens up all the way, and the judge is really watching that. He can't put that other foot down until he's extended all the way open. Oh my gosh, is he moving fast? You gotta be kidding me.
Patzer is flying right now. Has a 40-plus second lead over Lucero in this heat. And again, is on his final round of 54 single leg squats. There in the white top with the man bun making his way down the steps of the obstacle. That is Lucero. He's in second in heat 3. But this is our leader, Patzer. Judge's hand is up. He's on the brink, and he'll take heat 3 at 8:53. Patzer.
That was a great showing. An absolute great showing by Jeff.
Lucero in lane 3, white top. He's on his final set of 54 pistols.
And we're going to find that all these athletes seem to find a different tempo, a different pace when they do their pistols. The way I do my pistols is very similar to the way Christian, it feels like you go all the way down and all the way back up, and then you look over these other guys at that tempo and you're like, how come I can't go that fast? You got to remember, this is a very big number of pistols that they have to do at the end, 54 after you've already done a bunch of them. So trying to race that is tough, but you just kind of have to put that pain out of your head and just really start grinding through those, making sure you hit every single rep.
This is Justin Medeiros who's trying to reel in Christian Lucero. Lucero is more on the right side of your screen. This is Lucero, white top, man bun.
Whoa, we got a little jump there, a little hop, skip, and a jump.
He's got Medeiros hot on his heels, however, but this is Lucero, and he'll take second in heat number 3. This is Medeiros. He'll come across just 7 or so seconds behind. Forgot about his chest piece. We'll add on a couple more seconds. Looks like there's still some confusion. He didn't finish his pistols. We saw this.
I'm not sure how many actually he had to do. How did he miss that many?
We saw this with Sean Sweeney at South Regional, so there is some communication issues that can happen. So he'll finally get across. Now in lane 8, that's Andre Jordan. Looks like he's getting close. On to his final pistol squats. This final round of 54. 2 minutes remain. Again, this is Andre Jordan. And Jordan crosses the finish line at about 11:20. There's Bernard in lane number 4.
Moving so fast.
And he'll get in with just over a minute to spare. This is Pernich in lane number 9 we're keeping an eye on now. Final single leg squats of this round of 54 he is on.
Very comfortable with the movement. He is going to his toes a little bit, which, you know, you'll feel that in the knees maybe tomorrow, but these guys are young, they can handle that.
Arteaga in lane 5, lane 2. He'll have about 10 seconds to spare. And the cap will sound. But a big performance. All right, we are getting ready for heat number 4 now. But the overall standings, Jonathan Gibson is at the top of the table, tied with Garrett Fisher. And then it's Josh Bridges, Cole Sager, and Jason Carroll. And then Brent Fikowski sitting there in 6th, just one spot below the red line. Stoneberg, Sanchez, Stevenson, and Eric Carmody. Is this an event where Fikowski could potentially make a move, or does he just have to play it safe?
Well, I will say this, he was on the Canadian team for the Invitational, where they did do an obstacle course, so we do know that he is able to move around and maneuver himself around. I think he needs to do well here. In the past, I would have said it's a gymnastic type event, so he's gonna have some issues, but I think he really he will be very smart about where he takes his break. So I expect to see something fun here.
So what are we gonna be looking at here with event number 3?
3 rounds of 9 muscle ups. You have the handstand walks, which is gonna be 2 obstacles down, up and over, into your single leg squats or the pistols. The pistols will increase in numbers from 36 up to 54. We have ourselves a 13-minute time cap, and this is what it comes down to. Either you have the handstand walks or you don't. If you have them, you're going to be able to finish or at least get a decent time here. If you don't, you're going to be struggling in the middle of the mix with the others that don't have it.
Bridges in 4, Gibson in 5, Fisher in 6, Sager in 7, Fikowski in 8. And heat 4 of event number 3 is underway here at the West Regional. Starting off with 9 ring muscle ups.
And look at that, Brent Fikowski down in lane number 9 already decides to break this up. Not an unsmart move. The thing is, all these guys can do 9 muscle ups, no problem. But what he always does is he sets himself for the later rounds, and I think that that's very smart. He just needs to make sure that he doesn't overpace and get too far behind the rest of the field.
We see Fisher and Bridges coming out, but right now it's Fisher looking strong there, moving right to left towards the left side of your screen, looking very confident up and over both obstacles in one fell swoop. Wow. And in lane 9, we also see Sanchez. Again, that's John Gibson right now. Lane number 5, he's our overall leader after the first 2 events. For a little bit more, let's go down to Kiki Dixon on the floor.
Guys, while we may be surprised, he's not. I asked him, was yesterday just in a flash of the pan? And he replied, no. This is his 6th regional, and he says this is the year that everything has come together. He's dialed in his nutrition, he's increased his strength, and rounded out other holes in his game. For this event, he said he's putting on the blinders and looking to play his own game by pacing out those muscle-ups. His overall game plan for the day, make it hurt. He says there's monsters everywhere, and if I'm hurting, they're hurting.
Taking a look at the field now, and lane 9, you see walking forward, that is George Sanchez, the early leader here in event 4 of heat number 3. He was 8th overall after day number 1.
George looks comfortable on those handstand walks. What I like to see is when the guy's legs, the athlete's legs aren't moving all over the place. Now, gymnastically speaking, that's not the best position. He's really arched over, but you don't see him kicking, trying to keep his balance. He has his balance in that position, and he's making it work.
You see Cole Sager making his way back as well, but right now it is Sanchez in the lead as he makes his way back to his 2nd round of 9 muscle-ups. And now we're looking at Bridges. Entered the day 3rd overall. See, Bukowski is back there as well.
And again, very strategic. You can see Brent right there, already broke up that set of muscle-ups. Now he came back, he was probably in about 6th or 7th place on that first round. Made his way back, he's sitting in 4th, getting back to the ring, so I think this break is very smart. We got George Sanchez, who isn't breaking up, he's really pushing the pace. I have to see if his shoulder's gonna be able to hold on to that sort of a tempo.
Yeah, this is Sanchez we're getting a look at. Let's take a look at our time to beat here. Cody Anderson, 8:15.74. And that is the 3rd fastest time we've seen in this event across all regionals. And of course, Matt Frazier at the top. He's got the best time, 7:34.78, but they're chasing Cody Anderson right now.
And we saw George Sanchez break that up, had to come down, but Cole Sager didn't have to do that. Very confident up and over that obstacle, right into these pistols. Man, he looks so smooth.
And Sager has taken the overall lead here in heat number 4. You see Bukowski and Sanchez to his right, but Sager now is in the lead here in heat number 4.
You know, and this is basically the first time that I've seen Cole do this at a regional competition where he's not trying to fight himself out of a hole. He's sitting up in that top 5. Great spot for him to be in coming into day 2. And I think that we've moved away from any of the events that are really going to give him a whole lot of difficulty. So a great position, a great spot for him to be in.
This time they're getting through 45 single leg squats before they go back over the obstacle. 9 more ring muscle ups, and then it's back out for 54 more single leg squats. But this is Sager. He is our leader right now here in heat number 4. To his right, you see Bukowski and Sanchez. Those are your top 3 right now. And in lane number 4, we're also looking at Josh Bridges, who's up here with this front pack as well. Cole Sager moving nicely here. Now he's got to make his way up and over both obstacles one more time. Then the ring muscle ups. Then back to the obstacle and more pistols. You can see Sanchez moving his chest piece forward. This is Sager. He's got a 15-second lead right now over Sanchez. And then in third right now is Fikowski. Sager.
Very comfortable, wow. And what I liked was he walked, when he moved his chest piece, he walked slowly back. That was his rest, and then went right into the handstand walks.
Getting a look at Fikowski here. He entered the day one spot below the red line. Now for a taller guy, and he's splitting it up, is that what you expected to see?
I think that you split it up if you don't feel comfortable going into the next piece. So if you're kind of wavering at all, don't waste all that energy. Come down, reset, kick back up, and put yourself in a better position.
They looked pretty good. We see Fikowski getting back. Sager's back there. This is our leader.
In a straight set of 9 for Cole. And then this is the issue with trying to go a little bit too soon. Yes, you're in a race. Yes, this is the last heat. Yes, you want to get a good time, but you need to make sure you go when you're ready to go so that you don't constantly fail. And with Cole, usually once he gets himself into that good position, he's able to hold it. You can see him stabilizing, smart to come down.
So for Sager, our leader here, he's got to get over one more obstacle, and then he's got to do 54 more single leg squats. Also on the handstand walk is Sanchez. He's in second right now. You also see Brent Fikowski just inside of him. But this is Sanchez looking strong on the obstacle. He's in second here in heat number 4. And he makes it over nicely. But out there towards the left side of your screen, you see our leader, Cole Sager. He entered the day in 4th overall. Very different than his usual narrative of trying to climb out of a hole. And right now he's looking strong here in event 3, heat number 4.
Now he is going fast, but you saw him get that no rep. He just has to make sure that he opens up that hip at the top. That's usually, for these athletes, that's usually where the issue is going to be. It's not a fact of going down, it's going to be opening up.
Let's take a look at our overall leader. This is John Gibson, and it looks like he's having a little trouble, Bill.
Well, we saw right as we opened up with that interview from Kiki about John, he was struggling on that obstacle. And this is the thing, in a competitive setting, once you start getting frustrated and you aren't able to hit a technical move like that, then you have an issue, and it looks like he had that issue.
Here's Sager on his final reps. Judge's hand is up for Sager, and he'll come in to take heat number 4. This is Sanchez, 8th overall entering the day. You also see Fikowski just on the inside. He entered the day in 6th. Hand up for Sanchez. And Sanchez will come across right about 9 minutes. This is Fikowski. And Fikowski comes in, 9:11 unofficially.
And that's a great finish. That's exactly what he needed. Josh Bridges was sitting ahead of him, placed in this event behind him. And then here we have Garrett Fisher, who was also tied with John in that first place position point-wise, is also going to be bumped down. So these are 2 great things that needed to happen for Brent. A good finish, and then people that were ahead of him falling behind.
Again, this is Fisher. Now we're looking at Bridges right now, entered the day 3rd overall. Won event number 1 yesterday, the 333. And Bridges will come in 9:49. This is Fisher we're watching in the middle of your screen right now. Tied in points with Gibson, but 2nd overall entering the day. You also see up in lane 1, the teal top Stevenson. This is more of a blue top. This This is Stevenson again. In the black in the middle of your screen, that's Garrett Fisher. Also see Stoneberg in 2 there. In lane at number 3, we also have Jason Carroll. This is Stevenson on his final reps. And he'll have 2 minutes and 10 seconds to spare. Fisher, Stoneberg, and Carroll still out there right now. This is Carroll with the black bottoms. And Carroll will come in 11:20 unofficially. Back to Fisher. Fisher will come in, as will Stoneberg. This is Carmody in lane number 10. And we've also got Gibson still working on the handstand walks. Just a minute remains.
Asking for a little help from the crowd. You know what, the thing is, you got to do what you need to do to not be frustrated. And sometimes when you get people watching, you get a little bit of feistiness behind you, that it really helps out. And maybe he's going to give me the hair whip that he was promising. He told me, there we go, that's what I wanted to see. Of course, I don't know if that'll fall under his hands or not. We'll have to see if he gets on, walks on it.
Again, he was our overall leader after day 1, but he is struggling here in the first action he has seen here in day number 2. This is Carmody in lane 10. He's got 10 seconds. Can Carmody get in? This is Gibson. And the horn will sound for him. And Bill, out of this one, is the bigger story Sager, or is it Gibson faltering?
I'm going to say it's Sager. Mostly because of where he was coming into it and how he just did in that particular event. You know, this was a very gymnastic type event. It looked great. I was great to see that. And out of the gate, we had another big athlete, George Sanchez, that looked very confident all the way through. Now, we did see in the middle of that second round where he started to falter, and that allowed Cole Sager to make his move. Cole looked consistent. He only really came down one time that I saw, and then he got on the pistols and really was able to make his mark. Moved well, moved confident, and I'm just really happy for Cole to see him not have to dig himself out of a hole. I mean, he had a little bit of a falter there, but geez, guess what? So did Cody Anderson, and Cody Anderson's a gymnast. So he put a football player up on top like that and make him move. Super impressive job. Really proud of Cole, and that was a great race for him.
And Cole Sager, our heat winner here, and now he is down on the floor with our Kiki Dixon.
Cole, congratulations on your finish. Cody Anderson took first in earlier heat. Your performance here got you second. We're used to some very dramatic regional finishes from you. That doesn't seem to be the case this year. Why not?
I'm just here just running my race, enjoying it, enjoying this crowd. They're electric, it's fun. But yeah, no, I'm here to take care of business.
Now, this is the first time we've seen all of the 3 West Coast regionals combined. How did that affect you coming into day 1 and playing out through day 2?
The combination of regions hasn't really affected anything. The West region moves around quite a bit, so going to a new venue has been totally fine. I'm excited because the whole West Coast gets to represent. I love that. I'm a West Coast born and raised in the Pacific Northwest. Go PNW, so it's fun to represent for the West Coast.
Now, handstand walks are not a new thing to CrossFit competition, but the obstacle course was. What were you practicing with back home?
Oh, we had just long boards and planks and plates and gymnastics mats. We just came up with anything that we could, a bunch of different variations just to create whatever we could, so no matter what the obstacle was, we could feel something like it.
Thanks, Cole. Congrats.
Thank you so much, guys.
Well, that was our heat winner, Cole Sager, but it was actually Cody Anderson who came out of our event winner at the top, 8:15.74. Cole Sager comes in second, 8:34.07, and Johnny Medina, 8:51.41, then followed by Patzer. So an overall nice showing there for some of our top athletes like Fikowski and Cole Sager.